Welcome to more Blueprints. This is going to be part number 38 of our playthrough of this wonderful game. Day number 64. And this game just keeps going. Keeps throwing more puzzles at me. It has now been a few days since I last played. Maybe 3 or 4. So I gotta refresh myself on some of the things we did last time. I do know we ended, I wrote down a note that we ended in room 46 last time. And I think part of the key of that was I wanted to potentially rotate room 46, attempt to rotate it before we draft it, or I guess as we draft it in the outer room. So I really want to go and get the coat check to start today before we even go to the outer room and see if that even allows us to rotate room 46. I don't know if it will. It's possible we're not onto something there. We are still missing room 8. That's a huge thing that I've been thinking about, and this rotating of room 46 is kind of, I feel like, could potentially have to do with that. And my thinking is because from the classroom final exam, the final question says, I don't remember it verbatim, but basically what is the, like, they thought the number 8 was like perfect, but there was like a perfect form of 8, and it was 8 squared and then the rotated square to flip it. So it almost makes me think, and then there's that picture that we've seen on the kind of the board in one of the classrooms that has the maps and everything, and there's that picture where it has room 46 and there's a circle around it that's rotated and it says TOR, which I think means, rotate counterclockwise. So I don't know, the only way you could ever potentially rotate room 46, because it's undraftable, other than in the outer room. So it's kind of my thinking. It might not work. We are also, I just was checking, we have 5 trophies, which is pretty cool. We're getting close on the bullseye trophy for solving 40 dartboard puzzles. That'll happen in due time. Getting to room 8, I mean, my only other thought on room 8 has to do with drafting it as the very last room in your house after you've also gotten room 46. And maybe it has to be in the very middle, I don't know, but potentially saving the middle square of the house and drafting that late, and would that get us room 8? And the reason I think that is because we recently got the numeric codes, and the numeric codes there's an old note that says, I think it's 45 in blue, and then it's 2 in pink, so times 2 gets you 90, and then it's 9 for the number of ranks, and that's divided, and that gets you 10, and then a minus 2, and that gets you 8. So there's something to do with 8 and drafting every room in the house, but also potentially having one more. I'm not quite sure. But that's where I'm at with kind of all of this. Those are my 2 potential theories. Let's get some gems on what could happen there. We also want to go down and check the tunnel, because I want to see if any of those, what doors remain open, if any. Yeah, let's take commissary here, get some early items. We had talked about also wanting to get metal detector with the it wasn't the magnifying glass, I think it was the lockpick kit, and trying to make that item and seeing if that does anything for us. Probably should just buy some gems in case we need them. Okay, well, we can do a quick experiment. We no longer need to remove crates, so we can kind of work on something else. Might be useful. So many questions still left in this game. I have a whole list of things still. There was one other thing that I read when I was looking at some of my old videos. There was a mention in the Blackbridge Grotto on some of the messages that were hidden from our mom to she was talking to blanking on his name now. It's been a few days. I can definitely find who I'm trying to talk about. Randolph Moore. She was talking to him, and she said, I took a picture of it on my phone because I thought this was interesting and something I didn't pick up on before, but she said, Randolph, I've left the final manuscript in the safe house. The final manuscript, which I thought was interesting because I don't remember seeing like a final manuscript. So I wonder if that is hidden somewhere in the safe house that we did not find it. Because the things we found some pictures, we found the map that was left there, we found the message on the whiteboard that said we seek what's in the shadow of truth. There was even the letter she wrote, but that didn't feel like a manuscript. So that'll definitely be something we check again. And I'm really hoping we can get the Rumpus Room because we missed out, which I don't regret missing out on Rumpus Room. But it was just unfortunate because we haven't drafted it in so long, and then it popped up in two spots where I needed to get a different room. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it, so unfortunate. But hopefully we can get some more, because I really would like to see what else he has to say. I still don't even know if I understand everything he's told me up to this point. Alright, so let's see. We can actually change our packet management. We could remove the crates one. We don't actually need that anymore. So let's see. Do that. Archive floor plans seem to be pretty good. Trash. It's kind of interesting. The next 10 times you view your map, lose 10 steps, and then could be kind of interesting. Select 8 or more experimental effects. Oh, can you choose more than 8? Oh, you can literally choose them all. I didn't even realize you could literally choose them all. How interesting. Okay. That doesn't exactly help you. Like, some of them are not that great. Let's see one of the doors of the antechamber. It's kind of interesting. We don't really need allowance. We'll do mailroom. Get one random item. That kind of is interesting. I'll increase that. Gain 1 random item. I mean, that could be anything. Okay, let's do letter because I would like to finish that off. Every room you draft within the next 40 seconds. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just get it done. It's so annoying that like it takes 7 seconds to get out of the... Let's do that. We just want to see how many rooms we can snag real quick. See if we can get some letters. This is kind of awkward, but... Oh shoot, I did mess that up. Okay, that's fine. We got 4 letters, potentially. We do have power this way. We really want to get coat check though. Didn't see that as one of the options. Let's work our way back. Music room is early. Snag it. Get some keys. Oh, the car keys, actually. Okay, we really want to find coat check somewhere. I think workshop is also important to take. Let's grab a big break room. We'll grab observatory soon. That's gonna be 18, a third of 18, which is 6. Third of 15, which is 5. Oh, did I not notice something else there? Oh, it's actually a third of 15 plus a third of 15, so it's 5 plus 5. Didn't really notice that. Did not notice that. Okay, so then you're doing a third of 1 minus a third of 1, which should just give you 0, times 20, which should still be 0, plus a third of 18, which should be 6. Let me get some keys. Okay. Could take drawing room here. Let's just take West Wing Hall. I think we could take drawing room at another spot. Take Nook. Get more keys. We're gonna need more gems soon, but hopefully we'll find Parlor Game. There it is. Also take hallway, but I don't think we need it yet. So let's get this done real quick. Would really like to draft coat check. These curtains are very weird. Alright, the white box is empty, the blue box is false, or the empty boxes both have false statements. So if this is true, that means this has to be false. The empty boxes. This assumes that there are 2 empty boxes. So I think if this is true, then both of these have to be false. Which doesn't really work. Because this either... These can't both be false and true. So in this case, if this is false, now this is saying the empty boxes both don't have false statements. Okay. So that means one could be one empty box could be false and one could be true. Okay. If this is false, which I think it is. Which means... Huh. Okay, this one's kind of tough. It's also been a minute. The white box is empty. The empty boxes both don't have false statements. Okay, so it really could be this is false and this is true. The blue box is false, which means this is not empty and they would be in here. That would give you a clear answer. What's the alternative? If this is true, this means this is empty, and this is saying that the empty boxes don't both have false statements. We already said this is true, so that means it's empty. And it means I think what it's saying is they would be in here. I actually kind of think that might be right, but it's weird. I actually think they could be in black. Because the empty boxes both don't have empty boxes both don't have false statements. And there's 2 empty boxes, which means one of the empty boxes is a true box. This one. And one of the empty boxes is a false statement. This one, because it has to be false because of that. So the other one, I may be totally off. It probably was super easy, but I actually am leaning towards black. Hey, we got it. Okay. Though I didn't explain that very well, but I think that does give you a clear answer in a weird way. A very weird way. Shoot. I think Secret Passage could be really strong in certain scenarios. Like, there was the room. I'm not going to take it right here, so I'm going to take Passageway. So, I randomly... It wasn't conservatory. It was, sorry, it was Studio Editions. The thing that told me, like, so I drafted Solarium in the middle of the house before I had ever actually added it to my pool because of Secret Passage, because I'd selected green and there were only so many greens left. It added Solarium. It was really weird. It had me confused. I was like, wait, I thought I had added it, but then I was checking when I got to the drafting studio and I still hadn't added Solarium, but I had gotten it the previous day or a couple previous days. So Secret Passage has the ability to pull things that are not actually in your draft pool if it needs something. Like if it needs to fill the pool, it will pull something that actually you shouldn't have. So that's pretty interesting to me. But I don't know how I would want to use that. Other than like green rooms. Because you can't draft a black room. And the only room we're missing, like what I really ultimately want to do is figure out how to get room 8. I feel like there's so much that can happen if we get room 8. And I'm just still not sure. We should have drafted out of Surface Square, and then I could have taken bedroom closet and gotten the extra items. We'll take the items anyways, but I should have done that. Ooh, key card. It's actually not bad. So what do we have from workshop? Still need to get the lockpick, which we can buy. Electromagnet's kind of an interesting one too. I almost want to do that because I feel like there are capabilities that I am unaware of with the electromagnet. Let's do it. I haven't had it very often. I kind of want to build these like items that I feel like, oh, we get the mechanical rooms. That's also what that does. I don't know. We probably won't get coat check now, which is silly, but we can just take utility closet. Okay. Probably turn these. Can leave it on since we have the key card. Okay. Let's go back this way. Let's crank this up to high. Keycard system. We also take a peek at what we've got. 4 coins and 2 fruit. It's up to high. Oh, interesting. It like goes to the edge. It's like a divot. Weird. I don't know, it's looking kind of unusual. So we gotta readjust this. Now that we have the power on down there, I think we should be okay. think that's all we need. Do we want power on today? Mechanarium. How many rooms do we have, actually? 1, 2, 3, 4. This actually would maybe allow us to do what we want. We would draft this room. This would be our 5th, and we would still have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think we can actually, crazily enough. Nice. Okay. I've been wanting to do this. So we know what one has a lever. We just don't know what the 4th one does. One should have a key. Silver key. One had a upgrade disc. Wait, what? Holy shit. That's what it meant by the last door of 8. Holy crap. Oh my god, I never thought of Mechanarium. That's wild. Wow. It says the last door will be, or the last key will be found behind the last door of 8. I thought that always meant room 8. Crazy. Oh, that's so exciting. Okay, that was a... I was like, I don't know what's coming back here. That's a pleasant surprise. The last door of 8. This is the last door of 8, the Mechanarium. Wow. Holy crap. That's freaking awesome. And we got a broken lever. Sweet. Okay, the only one we need to do is the vault now, which we've technically done. Just, well, I guess not technically in the game, but we've done it ourselves. Crazy. Okay, that's exciting. Well, that worked out. I'd still love to get the coat check. What do we want to do here? Well, we got to make sure... I mean, we can get underneath no matter what, so I think maybe just take lab here. We have key cards. I mean, we truly have anything we could need. Yeah, we could probably just use special key here. Gymnasium is fine. Save our gem for now. Love to find some running shoes. Alright, these rooms are not great. I also cannot take Rotunda, so this is awkward. I'm gonna have to redraw, and I'm a little nervous by... Okay. That worked out. I would love to take Lost and Found, because we could potentially get... I just can't lose the Sanctum Key. That would be brutal, so we're not gonna take it right now. We have no redraws anymore, so it's a little sketchy. Especially the lack of gems we have. Coat check. We did it. Okay. Did the other thing we wanted to do, which was get coat check. Sweet. Okay. So let's go back. Let's go to the outer room. Let's test that out, and then we will go straight down. Turn the Sanctum Key in. That's our other main objective right now. That I didn't even expect to be doing. Did I buy these out? Yeah, I did. Damn it. Okay. And if we go underneath, we actually can come up through Foundation. We don't even have to walk all the way back through the house. Okay. So let's see if this works. I'm not sure if it will. These floor plans cannot be rotated currently. Okay. I'm still gonna take it because I might as well review. Double check nothing else looks different in here. Yep, and the last key's waiting behind the last door of 8. Wow, okay. That has so many different meanings it could have had. And the one that I did not think of was the actual one. I never took a picture of this page, so I want to take a picture. I only took a picture of the first page for some reason. Know all men by these presents. Arthur Clementine. It's 80 odd acres. 80. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. This is the grandfather clock, yep. This one moves. This one's actually keeping time. It's 12:30. What would happen if we were in here at 1:30? We could sit in here for a bit. Okay, this moon is facing to the left, which I think means it is the northern eclipse. If I remember the picture. The in eclipse and S eclipse. Not sure what the meaning of that is. Why those matter, but let's see if we can pull up the picture. I might as well chill in here until 1:30 just to see. I mean, those clocks are stuck at 1:30. Could mean something. Yeah, Is eclipse is south eclipse. This is the in eclipse. The north eclipse. I gotta be careful on steps today too. We're down to 30. It's very interesting, like, that certain things only appear in the rooms when you get them drafted out here. And there's so many rooms, it's like, what possible differences could there be? So far, we've room 46, the antechamber, and then treasure trove have been the 3 that really have some differences. Vestibule was locked, which I would like to rotate vestibule since it is technically a 4-door room. Maybe that'll work. That would be the other one I would want to rotate. Still would like to try secret garden, entrance hall. So many choices. What's up, buddy? It's not the little kitty, it's the big kitty today. Oh, and not far behind him. Who else? Okay. So it should only be about 4 more minutes in real time before it turns to 1:30, and then we'll see if anything happens here. But I don't really expect to, but I feel like this game is just trial and error. Like, you kind of just gotta try things and check them off your list of what could possibly happen. Weird. Interesting. So, like, lineage. This is the Sinclair like, sigil, basically. This is the Epson sigil, which is half swan, half spade. Or is that just hers, based on her family? Where does the swan come from? Where does the spade come from? But then you have Marigold. She gets both. She gets her mom's and her dad's. Half and half, so she's a quarter spade, quarter swan, half Sinclair. Or Holly. And then there's me, and I become... It's cut this way. So we're like... quarter... Polly... It feels like more. And then we're half... Jones? Is that what the musical note is? Just interesting how that works. Okay. Should be getting there soon. I feel like these mean something, and I'm just not sure if I have the... And there's only one spade. Quarter swan, quarter spade. It's almost like it's like not even a quarter, though. It's like less swan and then, I don't know, 20%, 20%, and 10%? I don't know. Something like that. And then I was looking at the top of the holly, like, leaf, or the holly. This one is dark, while his is not. And it is for her, too. Okay. Almost there. This game will make you paranoid. There's 8 freaking things on this. 8 candles on this chandelier. Okay. I don't think anything's happening. But you gotta check. Just thought maybe because these were, you know, kind of like the clock tower. Match the clocks. So, let's go underneath. Turn in this key. Wait, did this step? Forgot about this. This, like, opened something every time I stepped on it. Now it's not doing anything. How odd. Hello, birdies. What's happening here? Okay, that first door is open, which I think was a normal key. Looks like all the doors are open through there. So maybe we don't have to reopen any of them. Maybe it's permanent. I don't want to waste the steps, but I think that might be the case. I think we might be able to just walk straight down there. Some running shoes would be fantastic. Really gotta understand what this numeric coring is about. I have pictures of this, so I can always review, but... And it's written to the Baroness of Mount Holly for her own hand. And what does that mean, for her own hand? That I am not sure. But we can go back down. We can do this next sanctum. I think in this case, maybe we do Costa Rica. We did Arch. We got to read that, so... to Costa Rica, which I believe should be it's obviously orange, academic, snow, or icy, or whatever you want to call it, and then I think travel might be horses. Just make sure we have the right everything. So we've got the raise, which is, we're gonna start with horseback. That, and then we're gonna go with a ray dotted with falling circles is used for colder realms in which snow is a common occurrence. It's the one with the kind of circles, straight line with circles. There we go, that's snow. Then we're gonna go with academic. I think that's 100% right. The only one I'm not 100% sure is on their travel. The other ones, I'm 100% sure. And then orange. It's like the triangles, like that. Okay. So they don't horseback, I guess. What would the other options be? Naval doesn't seem right. Have I gotten their stamp? It's the snow one. Yeah, that's what told us that. I don't know if it had anything about travel. I figured it would be horseback, like that would make the most sense with snow, but it could be I don't think it's train. Could be roads, like streets, carriages. That's camels. I mean, I don't know. I couldn't imagine camels. I guess camels hasn't been used, but naval. Could be naval, but let's try this out. Okay, yeah. Nothing else would really make sense other than roads for a snow city. Sweet. Okay. Let's go grab this real quick. Morajai Box, the University Variation. Far from the port towns of the lesser islands, the academics of Kororika. I've also heard this pronounced Korerica. I kind of like Kororika myself, so I'm just going to keep saying that. Were among the last strongholds where the puzzle box fad spread. Unlike other realms whose regional rule variations emerged organically over time, the students of Kororika designed orange tiles by committee, voting on student-submitted designs and picking the one they felt best represented the realm. When these tiles are pressed, if the majority of adjacent tiles share a color, then the pressed tile will change to that color. Okay. That makes sense. I kind of always took it as like Kororika was... they were kind of pushovers and would just kind of follow, but that makes more sense that it's more about them being a democratic society, you know, with academics and whatnot. So they'll change to the color. Interesting. So in this case, you don't really want to do that. So you wouldn't want to click that one. What does pink do again? Pink goes down. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. So I actually want to get pink here. Oh. Purple, pink, purple. Beautiful. Okay. Let's read about this. This may give us the information that we need to discover what the true order is in Herbert's trips around the world. Is that like a giant oven? I don't actually know what that is. So were they like a heater, basically? A furnace? Not an oven. Not an oven, a furnace. Alright. We don't have a magnifying glass, so we can't look this up, but there have been fewer and fewer opportunities the further we travel up into the mountains to attend to my correspondence. And there have been fewer and fewer opportunities the further we travel into the mountains to attend to my correspondence, and I find myself regretting having brought so many books, as this is the first realm I have visited without porters. Okay. Here, every person is expected to carry their own belongings, and if you can't, you throw away that which is expendable. It's looking like I'll be bringing back less souvenirs than I had planned. I never expected to appreciate the cold, but the frigid weather here is a welcome relief coming from the sweltering shores of Vera. Okay, so I was wrong. Herbert, P.S. I ended up forsaking all but one of my books. Okay, so I definitely had the order wrong then. Which makes sense why that wasn't working. So it's actually Vera, Kororika, Morajai. Okay. And then he had to lose his books, and there's... Let me take a picture of this because... Haha, it's making sense now. So let's go back and read Morajai. Should be this one. The rainbow. White. After a short sea voyage, so coming from Kororika, we arrived on the main island of Morajai last night in good spirits. The people here are belligerent in their politeness, and after spending a full day among the Jayoril, I am just as afraid of eating another dish as I am of rejecting their offers. I may try to sneak away tomorrow and spend some time alone with my books, as I have noticed that each realm I visit has one thing in common. They each have been short on solitude. Huh. Still sounds like he has his books. But he lost them in Kororika, so maybe I have that wrong. Maybe Kororika... Maybe it's Morajai then Kororika? He said a short sea voyage. Could be Vera, Morajai, Kororika. Let's go to Nuance. Man, this is tough. Read about Nuance again. So he says, by far my favorite realm I have visited during this trip, but I have always had a penchant for technology and am less moved by the beauty of nature than others. The soot-filled streets and soaring skyscrapers are here are just as stirring to me as the mountains of Kororika or the beaches of Morajai. Obviously, I think this is definitely second to last. Perhaps I am just letting my childhood love of dirigiblocks compromise my objectivity. From the shops I have visited, it seems the series is just as popular here as it is back home. Speaking of home, as I look across the eastern sea, I can almost see its shores. I never thought that I missed sight of red flags. So where is it that he says he loses his books? Is it Vera? I'm really confused. Memories. I found lots and lots of one thing I do remember. So on this spell of island life, even if the weather here is much more severe than it was on Morajai. Yeah, that's where I'm confused. This is clearly like Vera clearly comes after Morajai. I gotta go back. Vera definitely comes after Morajai, based on that. So what? As I had planned, I was appreciate the cold, but the frigid weather here is a welcome relief coming from the sweltering shores of Vera. I've confused myself so much right now. Okay. So. This is Costa Rica. Which 100% comes after Vera. Ay, ay, ay. So let's go back to Vera. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with this. Most of the time in Vera. Spell on life, even if weather here is much more severe than it was on Morajai. So wouldn't that make you think Morajai was before Vera? So let's go see what Morajai says. That's not Morajai. Ay, ay, ay. All this fake geography is getting to me. Okay, after a short sea voyage, we arrived on the main island of Morajai. Last night, in good spirits, the people here are belligerent in their politeness, and after spending a full day among the Jairil, I am just as afraid of eating other dishes. I am rejecting their offers. I may try to sneak away tomorrow and spend some time alone with my books. So he still has his books. Okay, so it's Morajai, Vera. Vera, Costa Rica. Because then he loses his books in Costa Rica, so that makes sense. Morajai, he has his books. Let's go read Arch real quick. Oh wait, we don't have Arch. I have it on my phone. I think I took a picture because we had it, and I'm gonna use that because I got it. So I'll read it. We arrived here after a few days of sailing, and it made me realize how much more convenient it would have been in the old days when the railway tracks extended all the way north. Archeries is a destination with which I am well acquainted, having traveled here countless times on business for Cinca. This time, however, I will avoid the familiar towns and factories and will instead trek along the northern coast, an area with which I am wholly unfamiliar. So that mostly means that he wishes he could have taken the railway from Araja to Arch. So I think Arch comes after Araja, and I'm pretty sure Araja is second after Orinda. So when does he lose his books? However, even without the rain, the puddles and ponds that dot the countryside make this place feel different than home. That tells me that that was the second place he went to, because he just came from home. And he says Lorja Yena. He says goodbye. Or he says hello. Or no, goodbye. Goodbye. Fuck. Do we know what Yena is? Loon is water, so it's goodbye Yena, probably land, hello water, which means he's taking a boat. Okay. So he's taking a boat up to Arch Ares. And then Arch is a short trip across to Morajai, I guess. What else do we need to look at? Nuance? No, when does he lose his books? Fen? comes back. I know I read something about him losing his books. Or, missing his books. I should put forth the extra effort and drop in the mail for consistency. Please report you are all waiting for me on my desk. Air travel is much better than sea travel. P.S. Remind Anne to replace the books I lost. Okay, that's where he says that. Okay. I think we kind of have it. I'm gonna try this now. Ay, ay, ay. I want to go up here because I want to grab the gem. Even though it may cost me steps. Actually, hasn't cost me one yet. Okay. Real quick while I'm down here, I actually kind of want to go check this out, the safe house. Just because of that message I reread where it says there's a... There'd be, the final manuscript being here. Is it buried? Is it hidden behind something? Like... What does she mean by her final manuscript? Could it be behind this? I don't know. Never seen anything behind something like that before. Like, we have this. This doesn't feel like a... This just feels like a letter. So what's a manuscript? We seek what's in the shade of truth. This music gets me every time I'm down here, though. I'm just not sure, like... I don't know if the manuscript has to do with that We seek what's in the shade of truth. I feel like there's something we're missing down here. She says it's in the safe house, and I have not seen anything like a manuscript. She buried in the couch cushions. So interesting. Where's the manuscript, Mom? You put it in the freezer, didn't you? I'm not sure. Let's go try this out. Oh, and the music just abruptly. So we have the left door open, I believe. So we gotta get over there. What do we want? Rerolls, do we want gold? Probably just take the armory. This is a little dangerous, actually. Okay, dining room is probably the best we could have asked for food, especially. Could also rotate it so we can connect to conference room. That's not the way. Kind of like that, even though we won't get the bottom door. We're not really trying for that, so. Full. Get food. We desperately need. We need trophy room, so see if we can pop that. Get the extra 10 steps. But any spread goes there too. Got the keys. That's not great. It's a little scary now. Okay. We're gonna take workshop, save our gems. Okay. Okay, I definitely want bow door because I need some rerolls potentially here. And a gem. Okay. It's getting a little scary, but we got the armory, so we'll take that. Okay. I'll take this just in case we need to save ourselves. Yes, we got it. Okay. Make sure. Okay. Whew. Beautiful. Okay. We got through. Whew. Crown. The last key's waiting behind the last door of 8. Okay, so let's try this again. We've tried it before. So we go with Orinda Ares, which I don't know if it matters where that is placed. Let's go Araja. And then we go up to Arch. And then we go straight across to Morajai. And then we go down to Vera. And then we go to Kororika. And then we come all the way back across to Nuance. And then we end Veneris. Let's go! We did it! Oh, I thought I was gonna have a safe back here, but this is... What the hell? It's the same freaking thing. Is this any different? How crazy. It's weird that that was available just sitting there. Looks the exact same. 80 acres. Weird. Okay. The last will and testament of me, Herbert S. Sinclair. I, Herbert S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me. This is what he reads at the beginning. I declare that I am not and have never been married and I have no children. First, I direct that all my debts and outstanding expenses be paid as soon after my decease as possible. Secondly, I direct all the servants and staff in my employ at the time of my death shall be granted indefinite leave to be paid out of the reserves of my estate set aside for such occasion, until such a time as a new master of Mount Holly bids their return. In the event that the aforesaid reserves for this purpose are depleted before a new master of the estate is found, I direct my executor to make provisions for their future employment and to do so in a manner that is just and equitable to all parties involved. Thirdly, to my faithful valet, Hartley Ruota, I hereby give to him the lake house in Trinsdale as a small measure of gratitude for his many years of unwavering loyalty and devoted service. I direct that my executor take such steps as are necessary to transfer ownership of the said lake house to Hartley Ruota and should use all reasonable efforts to persuade him to accept the same. Furthermore, to my late cousin Tillion's 2 children. Tillion, Courtney, oh my gosh. So let's go back to the, gosh, we have the family tree. No, oh, Jesus, this guy came out of nowhere. We'll be right back after these brief messages. Okay, before we were so rudely interrupted. Nah, he's okay. Okay, so, family tree. So this is very interesting because the family tree, if I remember correctly, has my late cousin Tillion's 2 children. I have never heard of Tillion, I don't think. So you have Lionel Epson. To my late cousin Tillion's 2 children, Courtney. I think Courtney's the cousin who wrote to Herbert. Courtney Ferrine and Rygard Ferrine, who have sometimes been impulsive and hasty in their actions, I grant to each a cuckoo clock set eternally on the sacred hour, for only time will tell when they are ready to slow down enough to appreciate the gifts bestowed upon them with the patience and wisdom that comes with maturity. So it's the clocks in here that are set eternally on the sacred hour. What is the point of that? In the case that Lionel Epson should return from his travels abroad, or in the event that any of his heirs should present themselves, I bequeath to him or them, as the case may be, the diary and its related key, which formerly belonged to his sister Clara Epson, which I have in her room and beside her grave, respectively and respectfully. Okay, so that would tell you where that is if you needed it. In addition, it is my fervent desire that the gallery, hints to the gallery, along with all the artwork contained within, be bestowed upon the Reddington Museum of Art, including the sculptures, exhibits, and the entire collection of drawings by Christopher Manson, comprised of 4 pieces entitled... Starts with a T, starts with a P. Okay, I felt always good about that. And then R and R. Okay, well, we know the first one is called Think. Second one is something P. Okay. Okay. And then R and R. This generous donation shall be made. I just gotta go back. Okay, so jungle's not anything, but realize could be. I don't know which one that would be for, but I wrote down jungle and realize because they were 2 pieces of artwork in the test that I'd never heard of. So that maybe. This generous donation shall be made 1 year hence, following the date of my earthly departure, when it will be removed from Mount Holly's draft pool. Okay. Shit, so we've only got... I think he died in, like, March, right? So we got, like, a couple months to solve that. Moreover, to the Grand Cathedral of Araja, I bequeath 8 stone statues sculpted in the likeness of the 8 Ageran angels. Orinda, Lydia, Rhina, Joya, Dauja, Vea, Mila, and Draxus. Draxus is the 8th. These sculpted figures have been in the Sinclair tomb for multiple generations, and even though there has been much debate over their natural numeric order, they have nevertheless remained steadfast in their safeguarding of our family's secrets. I trust they will continue to provide the Cathedral of Raja that same level of stewardship. I wasn't 100% sure if Draxus was the 8th. He might not be, though. Because he lists Orinda... Isn't Orinda the 7th? And even though there has been much debate over their natural numeric order, how do we figure that out? Is it based on the actual, like, Roman numerals, or is it different? Okay, so got more. I give and bequeath to my grandnephew Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece Mary Matthew, all the rest, residue, and remainder of my estate, and of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which which I own near Mount Holly as a token of the cordial and affectionate friendship which for nearly a half century his grandmother, Clara Epson, has shown me. Oh, that's so nice. The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate of Mount Holly. This room, among other things of value, holds the physical deed to the entire estate, as well as many other personal effects and policies of insurance. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Manner, it's within a timely manner, the way it's spelled. Among other things of value, holds the physical deed to the entire estate as well as many other personal effects and policies of insurance. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse, and the above clauses on this page and provisions pertaining to that clause shall be considered null and void, and the rest of my estate shall be disposed of and gifted to the Orindian Heritage Foundation under condition that the house be immediately winnowed and sealed with explicit instructions and allowances that the site shall not be reopened until black flags are once again flying over Oris, or 110 years have passed since my death, whichever day shall come first. Wow. As one final gift to my grandnephew Simon P. Jones, regardless of whether he finds room 46 or not, I leave and bequeath to him the original manuscripts of his mother's works that were produced here under the roof of her childhood home. These preliminary draft copies include red prints which she wrote while visiting the estate during the brightest of her days, and a new clue which she penned here during the darkest. I hope that in due time and in the natural order of things, you will come to be content as I have with what little of herself she left us. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March 1993. Okay. Make sure we take some pictures. What did I take pictures of already? Oh, apparently I took 2 pictures of that. A picture of this. How interesting. He left the original manuscripts of his mother's work. The originals. Are they here somewhere? Oh, that's just that. Okay. Okay. So it gives you some information about the cuckoo clocks. Time will tell when they are ready to slow down enough to appreciate the gifts bestowed upon them with the patience and wisdom that comes with maturity. Interesting. So this does help with this. It helps with the art. It helps with the museum. Or the gallery. It helps with potentially figuring out who the 8th... We have all the names. Does it actually tell us who the 8th one is and what are they pointing to? Points to our dreams, the 8th. Okay. And then... I hope that in due time and in the natural order of things, you will come to be content as I have. That's like kind of bolded. It's very faintly bolded. In the natural order of things. Okay. Okay. Ay, ay, ay. Still more questions. More questions than answers always in this game. This does give you one... You know what's interesting? The Morningstar says can knock the locks off chests and trunks. The Sledgehammer just says can shatter padlocks on locked trunks. So the Morningstar can work on more than just... Can work on chests? I guess I've never quite figured out. Maybe chests are like the locked, like treasure chests? Okay. Well, we have more rooms to draft. Grab the food. Do we think we'll get a trophy room? I don't know. Okay. Let's get a few more rooms. Office opportunity to spread. Gets us a gem. Gets us some gold. Let's go. So we did that. We still got to get the last Sanctum done. So I'd really like to pull like Lost and Found Vault. Is there any more mail? Just the one. Any more staff announcements? Just we're in 1994. So we kind of have some extra ideas on how to do the gallery. We need to get down in the tomb again at some point. Ooh, we could remove that. Or we could just take observatory. Let's remove it. Library. One key for each bedroom. Could use some keys. Let's take it. I need some keys. Oh. Okay. Don't know if there's much else in here. Or do we want to just take Solarium and hope we can get... Yeah, maybe we do that. Could get us both the Lost and Found. And the Vault, which are both rarer rooms. Still currently... Oh! Mother trucker. I definitely should have gone right there, though. We just lost out on 4 rooms. Poop. I was not thinking. Okay. Gonna have to make these count. Give me the gold. Damn it. Gallery? God, do we want to take a chance at the gallery right now? I guess we do. So we already got think. Let's look at this. This we believe starts with a P. Based on the number of... Let's go look at the... So it's P. Think. This one looks shorter. It's either R or P, but I think this one's P. I was thinking print, like Prince, Prints, but I don't know. Because you can almost spell it. Everything's kind of like a play on words. But I don't remember... Do we have an N here? Maybe we don't have an N here. Definitely starts with a P. God, okay. What did we think this one could be? Starts with an R. We know both of these start with R's. That's for sure. I think. This be like restless. I remember less being a... I feel like I've thought about these a lot and then I completely forget what I thought it could be. Restless. And we have the first letters. Oh yeah, what were we gonna do? I think, what's that word? Is it realize? Jungle, realize. I wrote Drem. I think that's a location. Real. Does it have a Z? Oh, what the fuck? Realize with a S? Is that not... Is that how you spell it? Realize. Real eyes? Like eyeballs? What is... I'm not realizing why this is called realize, but okay. So realize, it's not even spelled I like eyeballs, but it sounds like it. So this one, think, realize, think and realize. Okay, that's like what we're doing. We're trying to think. We're trying to realize what these pictures mean. So maybe it's along those lines. Like, what would be another word for like something like that? Where you're trying to realize what the name is. Your thinking. Your process. Your pause. Ponder. Pondering? I swear to God. Holy fuck, okay. Okay, we're on to something. They're all just about thinking about what the... Why is this ponder? Because it has a P. I don't know. Ponder. I don't fucking know. Okay. We've got another 8-letter word. Not another 8-letter word. Another letter word that starts with R, where we're trying to... rationale. We're trying to come up with a rationale, maybe. I don't think that's... If we have a T here. Oh, okay. We're trying to... we're trying to realize. We're trying to... thinking. I'm pondering. I'm realizing. I'm... remember. Trying to remember. Trying to... Oh. Trying to read... remember is not it. Recollect. Recall. Reminisce. Reminds. Referral. Trying to restore. I don't think that's enough letters. Rest. Recollect? Did we do that? Did we try that already? I think I did. Erect. Resurrect. Oh, damn it, we're so close. Oh, we got gems out of this. Really? That's all it gave us after all that is freaking gems? Oh. What? If this second one only gives me gems too? Like, what? We're so close. To look up a like a thesaurus. Other words for think start with R. What am I doing? I'm racking my brain. Reflecting. Well, reform. I don't know. Okay, I'll think about it. I'll ponder. Let's take the lost and found here. Does not look like it has what we want there. There's a bummer. Doesn't have the key. Damn it. Okay. Regurgitate. Remind. Remind. I don't know. And we're back. Did I already try remind? Might have. Remind. Like, this wasn't... What is ponder? Like, is that a play on words with anything in here? Red. Pond. Is it red backwards? I don't know. I don't know. geez, we have to go all the way around. Which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 steps just to get there. Could potentially lose the ornate compass. Let's go for it. This is already a good day, so. If we have mailroom, we could also check out the letters. It's already a great day for us. Everything we've done. Okay, let's draft this room. Might just take dormitory. Oh, I didn't get any steps? Okay. That's not great, and we got no keys. Also not great. Thought for sure we would get. Oh, God. We could take one of these, like chapel. Yowzas. Oh, wow. All these doors are locked. Okay, I think we lose. I thought this was going to give us steps, but I guess we didn't draft one of those rooms today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boop. I'm not going to get to put anything back in code check. Should have re-rolled that probably, but you win some, you lose some. That is okay. This was really a good day overall. We got our 7th, kind of 8th Sanctum Key, so we just got to get the 8th again. Get it unlocked. Oh, we should just end in break room. We get this key card. That's fine for tomorrow. Since we don't have any more of the blessing. And then we're gonna lose the ornate compass, which is okay. We could try and get it back. We got 2 more of the gallery, so we just got 1 more. We just got to think of a word that starts with R that is like a word you use when you're trying to think of something. Might just look up a thesaurus and see if there's any words that might go with that picture. So we got that. So we just need to get the 8th. I really thought that actually back here in room 46 it was gonna have the, like another safe. There was that green letter that said there's a safe in room 8. And maybe there is. Maybe once we unlock all 8 sanctums, something will happen in there. I don't know. But we definitely need to get the 8th one done. That's kind of going to be our next big thing, is just probably try and go for the trading post or lost and found. That's awesome. Mechanarium had a Sanctum Key. We've done a lot. We continue to make progress. Made a few mistakes on kind of our drafting today, but honestly, overall, really, really good day. We could have just gone through Lost and Found and just sacrificed an item, but I thought maybe we could make it work with the steps. Yeah. Okay, let's go to here, and we'll call it a day in here, and we'll have a one little thought though before we stop. These clocks, some of them say Syncaco, and some of them have like arrows on them. Don't know why. Why do the ones have the arrows? They have like arrows that point like this, basically like pointing to here, here, and then it's like a straight line across. This one just says Syncaco. I don't know. That seems weird too. Very minor, but yeah. We'll get a key card tomorrow, so that'll be perfect. And we're gonna call it a day right here. Oh, anything else we can do with one step left? Now all a perplexing house of cogs with 3 puzzle rooms and 7 mechanical rooms. Cool. So glad we got the Mechanarium figured out. And it happened to have a Sanctum Key, which we did not expect. Pleasant surprise. Alright, gallery, we're coming for you next time. But this is going to do it for me for this video. And looking forward to playing this again very, very soon. And I do want to say, I'm very far into this game. Haven't even posted most of the videos. But if you find yourself watching this playthrough of Blueprints this far, up to this point, I mean 30 plus videos, 65 days, I really do appreciate it. Means a lot to me if you want to watch. I don't necessarily expect anyone to want to, but I hope it's been enjoyable. And yeah, leave a comment on like what your favorite puzzles we figured out have been. Tell me how I'm doing. Do you think I'm playing the game well without spoilers? But yeah, give me your thoughts about this playthrough overall and any other games you'd like to see me play on this channel sometime. But anyways, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye.